Tired of financial headaches? Are late nights spent balancing books instead of building your business? You need Labora Lee Bookkeeping. We take the stress out of your finances. Labora Lee Bookkeeping offers expert solutions for all your needs: precise bookkeeping, efficient payroll, and comprehensive tax preparation. We empower small businesses with accurate financial insights, helping them make smart decisions and achieve greater profitability. Stop stressing and start succeeding. Contact Laborally Bookkeeping today for a free financial assessment. That's Laborally Bookkeeping. Get back to business.
What if the background music in your business could do more than just fill silence? What if it could actually increase sales, build customer loyalty, and define your brand? Our mission is simple: to help businesses like yours succeed by harnessing the strategic power of sound. We believe the right music can be a game changer, and we're going to prove it.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this video and on the Ambitiously the Podcast YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect the opinion of our and Ambitiously the Podcast YouTube channel. All topics are for entertainment purposes only. TVMA, viewer discretion is advised. All commentary is alleged.
Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome back, my ambitious darlings. Um, it is, it is. Boy Lee, aka Cat Lee, and for sure. I'm trying to figure out something real quick. Why I can't really, whatever. Okay, but for sure, it's me, right? Um, what I'm about to find out 1 second. I want to hear something. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure I could hear what I needed to hear. Anyway, so listen, today is Wet and Wired Wednesday. Um, we got some things I want to get into. I told you, remember, I always tell you when I do a Wet and Wired in general, it's because I would like to let you get to know me a little bit better. And also, I might have some things on my mind. That's generally how that goes. And plus, it kind of gives us a break from doing the wiretap because sometimes the wiretap can get way intense. And sometimes you just need to dollar back a second, dollar back up for a little bit. You feel me? Um, so hope we are pouring ourselves something a little strong. You feel me? Pouring something maybe some coffee, maybe some tea, maybe that honey. I don't know. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, I hope you doing that at this moment. Because today's topic requires a little bit of nerve and a whole lot of boundaries. And we're gonna get to it. Why I chose this subject matter today is because I had some reflection time about what was going on in my own personal life. And some things need to be said sometimes. And so that people get like a full understanding of what it is that it is. So today we're talking about um, a situation that is the definition of messy, so to speak. Which is when an ex or ex situationship, that could be an ex boyfriend, that could be like an ex. Well, generally don't nobody care about ex jump offs. Just an ex situationship maybe because you catch feelings in them situations, or an ex boyfriend. But when they decide um or when they act like you're still in a relationship with them, we're talking about that. Um Even though they were the cause of why you guys don't deal with each other no more, they still act like that. And we're going to define it today. We are. Um, so we're talking about the ex that cheated on you, who lied to you, the ex who emotionally checked out of the relationship or situationship, but still, but still, but still calls you at midnight for an emotional validation, or still expects you to fix, if you're a gentleman and you're a mechanic or whatever, fix their car, or fix something in their house. Um, or the one who throws a fit as soon as you post somebody else on social media, like, and it's not them, it's just you and that person. Basically, they want all of the benefits of being the girlfriend or the boyfriend, whichever way you swing, with none of the commitment and with none of the consequences that comes along with it. It's called relationship tax. Um, but baby, you are not the IRS. So you need to get into it. So let's dive into it. Let's define let's, let's define it. Defining the expectation syndrome. Yes, we're giving it a name. It's called it's called the expectation syndrome. What is that? Let's get into it. Um, so first, it's the entitlement. That's the first thing that we want to talk about. Like, that is what it is. They broke the contract. They breached the trust that was built between you, well, with you, for them. Um, they did you wrong. Like, and let's be clear about that. Like, that's the first part, is understanding that part. But somehow, in their twisted little heads, with their twisted logic, you owe them something. You do not. I hope you know that, by the way. You don't owe them a damn thing. Nothing. Um, so unfortunately, when it comes to some situations or some past relationships, a lot of us, I can honestly say, I've been through it. So I know a lot of other people have been through it too. You feel me? Where you gotta ask, y'all not together, but they do something weird as if y'all still together and y'all not together no more. It's crazy. So here's some of the classic moves. Um, Here's what it looks like in real life, right? All right. One being the emotional anchor, calling you to complain about their new girlfriend or the person they dating or whatever, or to complain about what a bad day they had. Using you as the primary source for comfort. That happens. That's happened to me. I've seen that time and time again. That is a classic move. Like, oh, my uncle died, or oh, something happened, so I'm really sad, and and it's like trauma bonding. I need you to be there for me. I'm the handyman or the therapist trap, expecting you to help with big favors or financial advice or fixing a leaky faucet or running errands, you know, things that a partner does, things that somebody does when you're in a relationship with them. Yeah, and they try to use that. I've had that happen too, a couple of times. All right. Mm. The possessive posturing. What is that, do you ask? Well, getting angry if you start dating other people. That's part of it. If you show a sign that you're moving on from that situation. Um, Often saying things like, well, I thought we were still friends. That doesn't mean I'm not your friend. That just means I'm moving on, sucker. Um, or it's too soon. What's too soon? You made the decision that this wasn't for you. What? What? You want too much, and I can't give that to you. Um, or they'll say stuff like, "Oh, we're still us," which is, they could text that to you, and that's like a drunk text. They drunk texting, and a late night text that tries to establish like the physical and the deep emotional intimacy that you once had or shared together. Um, Only for them to vanish in the morning after it's all said and done, and they've sobered up, and you know now it's the next day they want to go back to the way it was. Um, that happens a lot, right? Let me see what's going on here. High Rock Baby. He says, I wanted all the tacos too. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's what's happening. But anyway, so let's talk about why they do these things. I gave it some deep thought. Let's talk about why they do these things. Um, Not even text message I want. But anyway, let's talk about why they do these things. It's simple. It's a very simple situation. They miss the comfort that you provide. You're like a pillow to them. They loved it there. It's a great space. Um, and that's not because they want the person that you are. They just want you to be all about them. This one sided shit. You feel me? Um, you're not the person. Yeah, like you're not the You're not. They don't really care about that part. You're not necessarily the person that they want. You're like a safety net. You're like a safety net, or like their free therapist, or their emergency contact, and their backup plan, just in case some other don't work out. That's what you are. When they ended the relationship, um, they didn't factor in losing them services. You being a free therapist, the pillow. They weren't banking on that. They weren't concerned about it. They didn't care. They just was like, all right, I'm gonna do what I want. And what's crazy for me personally? That's something that I heard during the situation that I was in, not my prior situation, not my current situation, but a prior situation, which is like I'm gonna just do what I want. And I think I always try to explain to people, which is this. Yeah, you could do what you want, but you can't do what you want to do to me. You feel me? I'm not gonna let you disrupt my sanity and my peace. I'm just not gonna let you. Some things I didn't say because I wanted to jump right into this. Let me say this real quick. Join the conversation. The number is 443-551-5963. 443-551-5963. You could shoot a text. You could call in. You'll be live on air if you call in. If you shoot a text, I'll read it out loud. And you could drop a comment and I'll read that out loud as well, and it'll be on the screen. Yeah, yeah, I jumped straight into that conversation because it's deep. It's deep. Hit us up. Hit us up. I'm not even getting ready to do it like I normally do it. But anyway, hit us up. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Or ambitiously the podcast on Gmail, because that's how you get in contact with us. One of the many ways you get in contact with us, um, outside of us doing the show live. Okay. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com, www.ambitiouslyent.com. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. We need every like, every share, every subscription that we could get, and we appreciate those. You don't know how much. But anyway, back to the business of Wet Wednesday. White Wednesday. So we've broken down what it really is. Like they they yeah. They do a doozy on you, unfortunately. And they do that, and then they don't factor in the fact that they could lose you. They don't care nothing about that. We covered that. All right. So the next thing you should definitely do a self check, a self assessment, and I'm big on that. I do a lot of that, a lot of reflecting, a lot of thinking about the decisions that I've made or am about to make. Um, I'm what one would call an overthinker. I think a lot of things, a lot of thought process. Like I don't know if my brain turns off. It's a lot of processing going on up there. So but self reflection is always a good thing. So then you should ask yourself, why are you falling for it? And that's a question I've had to ask myself a lot. Like, why? For what? Um, and like seriously, like for what? Why am I doing this? Um, so with that being said, let's get real about our side of the street. You feel me? What part we play in that? Um, we play a major part in that. Sorry, my ambitious ones, but because we wouldn't be having these problems if we were immediately hitting the block button. Like if we just said, fuck that, I'm just gonna block this motherfucker, we wouldn't be dealing with none of the shit that we deal with. Unless, and I'm gonna give you a special situation, unless that person sees you out and about and they know where you would be at, then you might see them. In that case, you would probably call them like a stalker type, whatever. Um, but there's levels to that too. There's levels to that too. But so why do we let this happen? Why? The hope hook. Let's get through that. Deep down, a part of you thinks this, um, that if I'm good to them, that they will realize what they lost and beg for me to come back. Wish that happens, but stop right there. Just stop. Just stop. You are re auditioning. I repeat, you are re auditioning for a role that you already had or got. You feel me? Why are you re auditioning for a part that you already play? You feel me? Um, and they already walked out on it. You feel me? Like, why are we doing this? Like, why? But that's one of the reasons why. Then there's the guilt trip. The guilt trip. The guilt trip. They make you feel guilty for moving on. Yeah, I've recently experienced that. They make you feel guilty for moving on, and they weaponize your history with them. The history that y'all share together, they weaponize that. But remember, history is not um, to sacrifice your future or your peace. Like, it's just, that's not how it's set up. And as long as you allow that to happen, that's why it's going to keep happening. Validation, the validation station. It feels good to be needed, right? Yeah. Um, it validates your self worth. See, you still need me. You think this is what you're thinking about them. You still need me. But seeking validation from a person who um hurt you is like, it's like trying to heal a cut with a rusty knife. You feel me? It's painful. It's painful. It's painful, and it's ineffective. It's not gonna get you what you want or what you seek, and and it's not gonna help you. It's not. I'm sorry to tell you, it's just not. And sometimes we need to really sit back and look at these things and analyze some things. I said I think a lot, so I'm in the stage of my life right now where I'm analyzing every freaking thing because people are crazy. And I know that I don't want a nutcase or be, I don't want to keep doing the same things. Like, if I gave you years of my life already and you played with them and, like it was a little, you a cat and I'm a mouse and you played with me and you did the most, I don't want to revisit that. I don't want to go through that again because you didn't value me then. So if you didn't value me then, what's gonna be the difference? What's gonna change? You're gonna all of a sudden now you got value for me. That's bullshit. It's bullshit and it's bullshit. Um so let's create a ambitious ambitious action plan um of setting the hard line. I think that's very important. And this is some like, I recommend this. I stand behind this action plan and I think it'll help. Let's go with number one. One word, the one word rule. Um when they're calling you for relationship type favors, your response should be no. That's a very I because I'm such a people pleaser, that's a very hard thing for me to do, but I'm getting better at it. I've learned so much over the years that now it's just like, okay, it's easy for me. No, just no. No. Don't elaborate. Don't apologize. Um, don't justify. Um, if they say something like, "Can you come help me move this weekend?" No. Can you talk to me? Can I talk to you about how stressed I am? No, you can't. The only thing you owe them is peace. And that peace starts with you and your no. Just no. Then that way they don't feel like they could get at you whenever they want to. Just no. That's not how this works. Um, then the redefinition conversation is a very important conversation that should be had. But if you must go to step two, um, like if they press you and you need one clear conversation, um, this is what I recommend. I got different scenarios for this, but this might work. So if you being polite. I'm not really that polite when I get to this point. Now I'm being an asshole, but I put this politely for you guys. So it just be like, I think there's a misunderstanding. We are not together anymore. Remember, we not together, and I really do wish you well. Um, don't apologize. Like I wish you well, but I'm no longer your girlfriend or your boyfriend, and that means I cannot offer you emotional support. I cannot do favors for you. My personal life is no longer a discussion for you and I to have because it's mine. Um, and I need space to move on, man. I do, and I think you do too. Like that's the easy way to put it. Now I'm a little bit more ignorant with people when it comes to that type of stuff, and I'm gonna tell you why. Um, I found that some people, I could pull that off with, and they understanding, and they fall back and they chill. But then there's the other percentile that you could say that, and they just don't give two shits about nothing you say. They just don't. They just gonna keep on trying to come. Or you could just be like, no, like I'm not feeling you, or I'm not rocking with you right now. And they be like, all right, I don't believe you, and they're still trying to press you. So I get a little ignorant in my delivery, and that's why, because I've dealt with, like I haven't dealt with, the only abusive relationship I ever had was when I was married. But I after that, I haven't dealt with any craziness and nothing like that. So I speak my mind, and I say what's on my mind. And for some people, if you tell them you just don't want to deal with them, no, sometimes is not what they gonna receive. So you gotta have the conversation with them. And then after you have that conversation, you must disengage. You must not talk to them. You must disengage. And if they bring it up again, then you just need to speed on to the next step, which is step three. Um, Initiate the blackout. The blackout. So if they can't respect your new boundaries that you set in place, um, the only way to protect yourself in that situation, like, is the full on information and communication blackout. You feel me? Um, archive their text messages that they sent you, so and you sent them, so it could be clear why this is happening for all parties. Unfollow them on social media. I'm not big on unfollowing people. Or you know what I mean? Like, cause you could watch whatever I got going on, but you never gonna see more than I'm gonna give you. You feel me? Like I'm not you I generally use my social media for like business things. I don't really use it for my personal life because social media is not going to validate the relationship that I'm in. Now, I'll use it to have some fun within my relationship, but I'm not using it to the world. I'm with who I'm with. You feel me? The world, I'm not in a relationship with them. I'm in a relationship with whoever I'm in a relationship with. The world does not validate whether or not you know what I mean, I'm be happy with this motherfucker. So I really don't see no need for me to be on social media talking about like that aspect of my life. You feel me? Um, so generally I don't unfollow people. Me personally, you can watch all you want. You're not really gonna see nothing, so watch. You feel me? And then I got so many social media friends. I don't really have time to go through and sit down and unblock people one by one. That's like I don't have time for that. But if you need to, if that's gonna help you get to that closure, then that's what you need to do. So unfollow them. Mute their stories. Like you don't need to watch all of what they got going on in there. Like that's none of your business. I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with you, watching people, especially people that hurt you on social media, do things, certain kinds of things or whatever, it could be very painful. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, because my situation was what it was, and because the person I was with and I shared so many life experiences, and we knew so many of the same people. Sometimes I would see stuff anyway, and it's not because I was following them or whatever. It was because we knew a lot of the same people, and they would post shit. You feel me? So I would see it. Uh, it was what it was. So some of these things work, sometimes they don't work. But blocking them. I don't. I block people when I know that they disturb my peace. I don't generally just go around blocking people. But if I know for a fact that I just can't, I just can't talk to you or deal with you, I will block you. I don't have no problems with doing that. But that's showing me that we can't be cordial with one another. So I need to block you out of my life so I can get rid of you, like altogether, your existence. I can forget all of that. Uh, Listen, I am. When I get angry, you might get blocked. You feel me? I have to get angry though. But these are possibly things that you might need to do for your growth and your healing. Some people can't take all of that extra shit. I know I'm a strong girl. I'm a tough girl. Um, but when we not together no more, we not together no more. Like you can't hold me to your standards of what you think I should be doing. No, th- you're not a part of. You're not a determining factor of what I got going on. If I want to date, then I could date whoever the fuck I want. You know why? Because I'm not with you. You feel me? If I wanna fall in love, that's my decision. I could have been in love with you, but you fucked that shit up. So now I'm not in love with you. You feel me? Now I'm in love with somebody else. These are things that you need to factor in when you make these dumbass decisions to go out here and play in somebody's goddamn face. These are very much decisions that need to be made wisely. You can't go do people dirty and then turn around and think, oh, they still supposed to be there. And then get an attitude when they decide that they don't want to be there. You can't do that. That's not allowed. Once you made the decision to choose that other person, here's what I get. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm going to talk about me. You feel me for a second? Here's what I get from that. What I get from that is, you wanted to be with them. You didn't never want to be with me. And for my situation, personal situation, you told that motherfucker that I was a placeholder. And then this stupid bitch believed it. Just for you to double back and try to come back in my fucking face. After you realized this silly bitch was crazy. But whatever. You can't hold people hostage. You can't hold people hostage. Like, once you make that decision that you know that you gonna do what it is that you want to do, and you're gonna go out here and live your best life, and then that's the decision that you made. And if you are the person that's being hurt by the other person, you have to make some decisions yourself, because it ain't on them. They're not in charge of that decision. You are in charge of that decision. And you have to come to terms that this is not something that you want to continue doing. You don't want to keep repeating the cycle, because it's painful and it's not going to do anything else but keep hurting over and over and over again, because you keep jumping into the cycle. A person is only going to do what you allow them to do. That's it. um, and you can't get out of a situation. Maybe the situation can change. You never know. Maybe they become a better person saying what the fuck they did and how it affects you. Maybe. But I'm gonna be real, that really doesn't happen like that. They come back thinking they could do all the same shit that they was doing in the beginning. Um, because you allowed them to come back and take over your life and make you, you know what I mean? Like you decided to let them back in, so now they think they can do what they want to do. Um, and that's real. Like that happens. Some of my ambitious friends, sometimes you gotta recognize that you are not a transitional object. You are a whole and complete person deserving, very much deserving of a healthy and reciprocal relationship. You deserve that too. Like I want that for you. You give the love, they give the love back. You deserve that kind of relationship. Where y'all can have the conversations. And you need that kind of relationship. Um, Whether that's with somebody new or just with yourself, you need that. I took the break. I took a long break. I could have had relationships. Let me be honest with you. In between that, I could have been like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna get into another relationship. I had options, but I made a conscious decision to not do that until it felt right. Um, it was is no rushing into a situation and no, it had to feel right to me for me to be in the situation. And that's what it boils down to. Sometimes it's okay to be by yourself. It's all right. And if somebody really is out there for you, you'll find them. You will. And you going, I wish this for you that you fall madly and deeply in love and y'all live the best life ever together after that. I don't want to say, live happily ever after because that's so fairy tale ish, but I wish that for you. I do. I really, really do. I wish that for me. I want some long time love. I don't want to be jumping from relationship. I'm getting too old for that anyway. Um, but it's okay to be by yourself. You feel me? But it's okay to love again too. Like both, either one is okay. Just make sure it's real the next time you get into one. Your ex lost the privilege um, of having you in their life that way. Like they lost that privilege, the girlfriend or the boyfriend privilege. They don't get that. You feel me? They can get friendship, but if they can't take just friendship, then you gotta do what you need to do. Don't let them sneak back through the side door. Like, don't let them sneak back in through the side door. You feel me? Because people are crazy and they only gonna do again what you allow them to do. Um, Close it. Don't let them back in. Like they start acting, yeah, you gotta go. You can't. And then lock that bitch up and hide the key. Don't open that door. Um, Matter of fact, change the locks. You feel me? So just don't, because people are weirdos. And that always baffled me for the longest time. Like, why is it that? Because in I've had a more recent situation, but I've always been the type of person that yeah, they did me dirty in some form of fashion, and then they try double back to be with me. And I always had this mindset, and I think I'll forever have this mindset. You could have been with me. We could have still been together and been happy together, but your decisions made us not be in that space. The decisions that you made put us in the space right here. And it's kind of like, ew. I want you to love me completely or leave me the fuck alone. That's what I want. That's really what I want. That's the best way to put it. But I ain't no revolving doors here. You made the decision. You made your bed. Now go lay in that motherfucker. Don't think you're going to double back. Oh, and then you going to, instead of like trying to make a serious commitment and change, you want to act like we in a relationship, but don't want to be in a relationship with me. I'm not doing that. I want to be with the man who wants me and allows me to want him and be happy with him. That's who I want. I don't want these little silly ass little boy ass games. Like nobody has time for that. And then the problem is think a lot of people think that because it worked on one person, it'll work on the next person. No, that's not. It doesn't go like that. It doesn't. And I have too much on my plate to be playing them games with people right now. It's about to be tax season. Listen, let me say this real quick. I have to slide this in real quick, and then I get to the love notes. It's almost tax season. I've acquired another skill on my financial financial gain, like financial business building. I've added new services, and the new service that we've added to this situation is tax preparation. Um, it's like, it's time. It's that time of the year, and I wanted to leave y'all just so you know what you should have when you go holler at your tax preparer. A couple things. Key notes real quick. Um, if you're from the United States, you know how this tax thing works. One is what my services, we e-file, we do all of the things, all of the things. But some insight to help you out on your journey through the situation, which is pay as much as you can now instead of waiting to pay the whole amount. Like you could set it up in payment plans. You don't have to pay it all in one big pot. Um, you're still required to pay interest on the remaining amount, but pay it down as often as you can, and that'll help you out a lot. And then the partial payment will reduce the interest that you owe. So these are just some things I thought you could take with you on your journey. Um, I'm going to share this with you really quickly. If you need some help with your taxes, talk to us. We here. Go to hold on, where did it go? Okay, go to www.laborleybookkeeping. You can sign up to get a free quote um, of what your taxes will look like. And, if you got all the right, you got to dot all your I's and cross all your T's. And that's what we do over here. But go over there, check out the website, sign up for the free quote, the free estimate. Um, Possibly begin services. Do that as soon as possible. You will need not trust me. You thank me later. Know that me as a tax preparer, I don't get paid until your return is like approved. So that if it comes out in the back end, it doesn't come out in the front. You don't have to pay me immediately. So go check us out, www.laborleybookkeeping.com. We do have a tax preparation page over there. Go check that out. And perhaps you just need to keep your financial statements in order. Like you need things to be organized. And that's what we do over there. So go check that out. But anyway, it is now time for the love notes. Anybody watching for Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch or Rumble, I love you. Thank you for watching this show. You guys are amazing. That's live love. It is now time for me to show some the other kind of love. This love, this love is to a particular group of people. I love you. I love you very much. They come from far and wide, um, across mountains, across seas. They come from everywhere, and I love them. They are listening audience, and this is my way to show them love. Because it took me a minute to figure out how I was going to do that, but this is how I do it. It's time for the love notes. How did we come up? How did we coin the name Love Notes for this segment of the show? Well, I used to call it love. Doc used to call it show notes. We bickered, we bickered, we bickered. Then we realized that there's no love without compromise, so we came to the compromise, and now we call it the love notes. Yeah, man. And these people, they're my listening audience. Doc also used to say I had a stack of papers the size of a composition notebook. I did not. but it was a lot of cities, states, countries, and territories on these papers. But we don't do that anymore. We've changed the game. We do it like this now. How did this stop? Staying in Georgia, you guys are amazing as well. I gotta find out who that is at the bottom of that one because I always miss it. This is why I hate putting the website on the screen or anything, any comment or banner on the screen while I'm reading those because there's a chance that I might miss the one, and a lot of them have already been on the list, so I kind of know who they are. But it just might be. I think it's Uruguay I miss. I think. I don't know. But anyway, nonetheless, I love you all. Thank you for the love and the support. And that's why it's bothering me because like, who the hell did I miss? I think it was Uruguay though. But yeah, I love y'all so much. Thank you for the love and the support. And thank you for downloading this podcast. And you know, thank you. Just thank you so much. I love you guys. You have no clue. And that was the love note. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. I love y'all. Love y'all so much. Anyway, y'all, what are we going to do? Oh, listen, we not finished. Um, so here's I gotta lock that part up. So I have a challenge for y'all this week. I'm I'm not worried about me. I'm in whatever situation I need to be in. I got this covered. That my end covered. But here's my challenge for you that may have experienced some of the things I talked about tonight. So identify one expectation you've been feeling or fulfilling for your ex and shut it down. Um, Now, I need y'all to let me know how it goes. Like, send me stories or your victories in this situation. But the challenge is for you to identify one of your expectations or expectations. Yeah, you gotta separate the acts from the expectations. Um, that you have been feeling or are currently feeling, and then shut that shit down. It's time to no. You can't do that. You can't come around here acting like we together and we not together. You can't do that. Nah, it's not allowed. You gotta get the fuck on. But anyway. Anyway. That's the challenge. And I would like to hear about it. I would like for y'all to tell me how you are overcoming that challenge. And it's called expectations. Um that you've been feeling. That's the challenge for the week. That's what I want to know. What were you fulfilling, and did you put a stop to that shit? And give me the lead up, the build up to the situation. I want all the deets. I want all the details. I'll give you mine. Um, so before I decided, I made the final decision that I was gonna start dating again. Um, I made the decision that I wasn't gonna let this motherfucker come back around again. Like I was just all right. Now we gotta put a stop to this shit. We gotta chill out, cause now you getting too used to the idea of like talking to me, let alone you wanna hunch on me. And so I made the decision, the conscious decision, like this gotta stop. But I didn't make the decision with somebody else being in mind. I made the decision because I needed some time, some space, and I needed to chill. I didn't want this person to think that they were able to just walk back in after they already checked out, made other decisions in life, got in new relationships, um, and all of that good stuff. I couldn't let that continue. Then whatever happened in your relationship, now you try to double back to me and now you want to act like I'm your girl. You find out, or you think you find out because you really don't know shit, but you think you found out that I'm in another situation or whatever. You assume that or whatever, and you start losing your shit. But my reply to that shit was, I've only given you everything you ever asked for of me, from me. I've only given you all of the things. You decided that these are not the things that you wanted, and you made the decision to do the things that you did. And I'm talking about, I got videos of you smashing a chick. Like, I got pictures of you spending holidays with other females and stuff like that while you're supposed to be with me. And now, with the idea of me being with somebody else, you flipping out. You can't do that. Not allowed. We are not together. I'm I'm not your girlfriend. You're not my man. So I don't owe you no explanations. I don't owe you no loyalty because I gave you that. You didn't want that. I don't owe you nothing. So that's how I overcame, this is how I tackled the challenge. Let me know how y'all tackling that challenge. Because we all need some kind of, you need to interrupt the cycle. It's getting out of pocket out here. But that's that. All right, that's that. Let me say a couple of things. Let me know how you tackle that. Again, check out our website, www.laborleybookkeeping.com, www.laborleybookkeeping.com. It does not matter what state you live in. We will help you get your taxes done, and we will try to get you the maximum amount of money that we can get. We are honest, we are precise. We do not even get paid until your taxes get clear. Like it doesn't go through until, trust me, it's a win-win for you. Um, we get paid when you after your taxes come back. That's how that goes. But anyway, do that. Check that out. Join the conversation. You could do that by calling in again, 443-858, 443-551-5963. 443-551-5963. Sorry, in so many numbers. Check out, like, holla at us. Get at us. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Contact at ambitiouslyent.com. Or you can hit us up at ambitiously the podcast at gmail.com. We'll chop it up about anything podcast related. Yeah, for sure. Check out our websites. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyent.com. www.ambitiouslyent.com. And while you're over there, join our coffee community so we can have salacious, titillating, and taboo conversations. And I can cuss whenever the fuck I feel like it. I can be like, shit, fuck, bitch. I can say all of that. So join the coffee community so you can see the raw, unfiltered me. You can't get that on here. Sorry. Or you gotta wait a certain amount of time before you can. Um, like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Let me do that the right way right now. I'm so excited to have this conversation. We do. This is how we keep this thing alive and keep it going. I love what I do, and I hope that you love it too. But like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Much love to DJ Rukazy, our residential DJ. He puts in a lot of hard work and time and effort. And so we always want to show him love and affection and let him know that we appreciate him over here. And I already told y'all, check out the www.laborleebookkeeping.com, www.laborleebookkeeping.com. I got tongue tied. I'm sorry. All right, now it's time for me to tell you the things that I need to tell y'all. I tell y'all this every night. Mind your business. Everybody's business is not your business. Except for on a Media Monday where I tell everybody's business. Sometimes on the tap in I do. We're not doing the tap in this week, by the way, because I have some a training, a marketing meeting I have to attend tomorrow night. So I need to get that done because it's business. But when we do a tap in, when we do, and plus Doc is not here, and they feel crazy without him. So until he gets better and however long he needs to take, he won't take it. Ain't no rushing him. Get better, Doc. I think I'll do them, but on occasion, it won't happen as often. But when I do them, just know that when I do tell business, it's warranted, never intention. That's what you need to know. The wiretap, if you have a court case or I can build a story around your legal issues, I'm going to do that. Don't be a depraved, sinister, foul, disgusting, um, heinous, sinister, diabolical. If Doc was here, he'd say insidious human being, and then you won't have to worry about me covering your story or reading your court case. You won't have to worry about any of that. Wet and Wire, that's more personal. Because as you can see, I get into some of my business, but I feel like that's only fair because I tell everybody else's business. So you can get a little bit of a little insight into my life and how crazy stuff can be sometimes. But I don't do those every Wednesday, so don't get used to it. Yeah. And then Cattails is coming. I might alternate between the tapping and cattails because it's time to get that jumping. But if you do make it on the episode of Cattails, I changed everybody's name so they won't know it's you unless you are so bold to jump in the comments and run your mouth. Or if you decide that you're gonna approach me about anything that I said, then I will expose you. They'll know it's you then. So don't do that. Don't do that. Doc was here. Doc was saying, "Hit dog or holler." Don't do that because I don't care. I'll be like, well, let me tell you who it is since they wanna, you feel me? So just don't do that. I changed everybody's name. They won't know it's you. Shh. They won't know it's you, dumbass. Um, But other than that, mind your business. Safe way to live your life. It is. It is. It is. Listen. So, yeah, it's a safe way to live your life. A safe, very safe way to live your life. Love your babies, hug your babies, tell your babies that are the most extraordinary and amazing people on the planet. Tell those babies that they are the GOAT because they need that encouragement. They need you to have their backs and, be there for them. That's what they need. I don't care how old they are. Always encourage them babies and tell them babies that they are the GOAT. If they want to work for NASA, tell them be the best astronaut, engineer, receptionist, janitor, secretary, or whatever the hell else they do over there. And so I don't know. I never worked there. What I do know is get yourself a telescope, a good one, not the kind that you look through your neighbor's windows with. You heard? No. Get you a good one. It requires a little assembly. Put it together. Take it outside and explore some things with your kids. You might find, you never know what you might see. You might see a comet, a meteor, an asteroid, all of which I hope are going past you, not coming towards you. That's frightening. The Northern Lights, a planet that they say is not a planet anymore, but I don't give a fuck what y'all say. It's always a planet, in my opinion. You made me build a solar system, so I had to put that in there. It's a planet, okay? It's a planet. Um, hmm. And this part of the message might not necessarily be for you. This might be for the beings that might come and beam you up or down. I don't know which way it goes anymore. But and they might decide to probe you. And if they probe you, they're gonna get this information that I'm about to give you, which is hell no, I won't go. Leave me where I am. Do not beam me up or down, whatever direction it is. Do not probe me. Now, the only way I'm going is if you taking me to a way better planet than this planet where I could live happy and be in peace. But other than that, I don't want to go. Now, I do have a neighbor on the other hand who, yeah, you can perhaps take her any day. You can take her with you right now. But leave me where I am. Leave me alone. It is time for you, fair. Yeah, leave me alone. I don't want to go. I don't want to go. It's time for your fair warning.
The following moments may contain explicit language.
Let me see how that went. Yeah, okay, good.
Language.
Listen, there is no may in this situation. It does contain explicit language. So, I just wanted you to know that. That's why it's called a fair warning. This is why I tell y'all in advance of this about the count. Which is, so I gave you the fair warning so I could say this. Stay the fuck in your lane. Your lane, my lane, not the same. Your lane is over there, mine is over here. Let me ride in my lane. Let me ride my own wave. You feel me? You stay in your shit. Mine don't have nothing to do with you. Plus, it's just not even cool to jump in my lane. You jump in my lane, you're gonna get something that you do not want. And I can't promise you that's gonna be happy or healthy. I can guarantee you it's not. This is not a threat. This is a promise. Do not break the glass. Do not push the button. Because when you do this, you're gonna get something that you will not like. I promise you that. You're gonna get high. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real honest with you. You don't want me to roar. You don't want me to roar at all. Like, why would you want that from me? Why? She not nice. She not sweet. She not kind. She not none of that. She a bitch. Leave her where she is. Feeding her cub. They feasting on the gazelle they caught earlier. Leave her where she is. You feel me? Don't come into my lane. You don't want her anyway. You want her. She's nice, sweet, kind, and cuddly. She is. She is. You want her. You definitely want her for sure. She's nice, sweet, kind, and cuddly. Or when you get her, it's a 2-for-1 special. It really is. It's a 2-for-1 special. Um, You get hurt. Hey, you big purr, bitches. Hey, you big purr. So you want the meow, and you want the purr. You do not want the roar. Just to define what you don't want and what you should want, right? Um, Plus, when you jump into other people's lanes, it's a collision. And who the fuck needs that? I don't need that for me. I don't need that for you. We don't need that for we. So just stay the fuck in your lane and everything will be cool and copacetic. It will be. It will. Yeah. Pick and choose your battles wisely. Every battle is not a battle for you to fight. Some battles, you just gotta be like, all right, you know what? You won that. You got that. All right, great. Do what you need to do. That's on you, player. Um, Plus, you don't want to be like that one guy that used to rap. Yeah, he used to rap. Or he called himself rapping, but he was stealing everybody else's raps and calling them that his own. Then they got exposed. Yeah, it was ugly. It was real ugly. Plus, he lied, you know. And he lied. He told us that he started rap battles for a living. But then, if he did, then he would take, he would take a few pages from a few other rap greats. I say go with Mobb Deep because they said it was a war going on outside and that no man is safe from it. And they said you can run, but you can't high five in these streets that we done took. Bitch, they ain't had the bitch. I put that in there. They said you walking with your head down, scared to look. You shook, baby Caligula. You shook, little boots. You shook, Patty Boots. You shook Drake. They said it ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. You scared to death. You scared to look. You shook. That's what they said. You should have listened to them. They was very young, by the way, when they wrote that. They was teenagers. You a grown ass man. You need to listen to them. Yeah. Don't worry about the battle. Worry about the war. The battle. You can lose the battle and love to fight another day, but you can't lose the war and love to fight another. Because I mean, you going for this for the death. So worry about the war. Fuck the battle. Be you. Be amazing you. Be wonderfully you. Be awesomely you. Be ambitiously you. Be genuinely you. Be authentically you. But be you at the end of the day. Even if they say they hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, and the way that you dress. Listen, two of them things I wouldn't even worry about. I'm gonna dress how I dress. You just gonna have to accept it. Um, and as far as the way I walk, that's just the way I walk. What you want me to do about that? But the talk of shit, you could definitely help that shit. You could just not do it. You could just not do it at all. You cannot make up fake ass accents. You cannot file lawsuits where you definitely engaged in the battle yourself. You cannot do that. Um, you could just not talk shit and back yourself into a corner to get fucked up. Like you cannot do that. But the other two, I wouldn't even worry too much about. I wouldn't. Remember, what you eat don't make them shit, and what they eat don't make you shit either. So just focus on what you got going on, all right? Um, can't make anybody happy. Happiness starts with them. And if they're not happy, they're just not gonna be happy, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you can add to their happiness, but you can't make them happy. Um, you can't. You can't. You came in this world by yourself. You're gonna leave by yourself, baby. Even if you are a twin, except for those one kinds of twins that I don't like to speak about. I'm not a medical professional, so I don't have any real insight on that. But even if you're a twin, the other kind of twins, you're gonna come in this world by yourself. You still came in this world by yourself, and you're gonna leave by yourself. So focus on what you got going on and being the best you, being the best person you could be. Um, Dang, I miss NASA and NASCAR tonight. But anyway, yeah, whatever them kids, whatever them babies want to do, encourage them to do it. Um, yeah, but you can't make people happy. going out by yourself, Holmes. And listen, no matter what you try to pick, I mean, you try to clean up, fix, and all that shit, it's not gonna work. They're gonna find something else than that pick about after that. So just fuck them. I told you, I tell y'all all the time, misery, that bitch like company. I always tell that bitch, you're not the kind of company I like to keep. I don't like being around you, Kyle, so get away from me. Please and thank you very much. And have a nice day. But bitch, I don't want to hang with you. We not cool. Um, lastly, the last thing I'm gonna say this evening before I get up out of here is dream big, dream so big that your dreams exceed the universe and hop into another dimension. Um, and once you realize and visualize your dream, plan and execute because that's the only way it's gonna happen. Nothing happens without hard work. You gotta put in the work. That's basically what you gotta do. I believe in you, and so I hope that you believe in yourself too, and get it done. Handle your business. With that being said, thank you for tuning in to Wet and Wired Wednesday. Of course, you know I'm your hosty girl, Cat Lee Woo, and remember to be ambitious, authentic, and absolutely rootless when it comes to your boundaries. Like no holds barred. Fuck that shit. You, you ain't they. No, I'm not sure. There's no revolving door here. Uh, but that's just how I feel. Anyway, I'll catch y'all the next time on the Ambitious Leader podcast. Stay safe, stay out of trouble, and if you are gonna get in trouble, make sure you got a hell of a retainer. Well, a hell of a lawyer on retainer. You're gonna need that motherfucker. But enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will see y'all probably on Friday because I will not be doing the show tomorrow. Have a lot of things to get in order for tax season. But I love y'all. Stay safe, stay cute, stay sexy. Good night. I gotta get up out of here. Just remember, don't let them play in your face. That's what I want y'all to remember tonight. Good night. Bye.